In this demonstration, I will show you how to create a new item. You can use the search function to search for items, or you can also click on items if you have it available in your role center. So next, the item list will appear. I will choose New, and then I can select one of the available item templates. Now these item templates have a number of fields already pre-filled, which means that by selecting, for example, the item template, the first one, and by clicking on OK, the system will create a new item and will pre-fill these fields from the item template. So for example, if you scroll down, you can see here on the cost and posting fast tab that the general product posting group and the inventory posting group are already entered. And that's again because of the item templates. Okay, so let's scroll up and look at some other things. So first of all, the system automatically assigned a number by using the number series. I will enter a description. So for example, Surface Pro. So an item that Cronus starts selling. Next, very important, you can choose the item type, and there is the difference between inventory, service, and non-inventory items. Now this is of course typically an inventory item, so I will leave this to inventory. The base unit of measure is pieces, and if you want, you can also assign an item category. Now the interesting thing on item categories is that they can include item attributes. Notice here at the top the notification on assigning attributes. Now what these attributes are is something that you will see in another part of this training. So for the time being, I will just leave item category blank. Next, I can scroll down on the inventory tab. You can see quantity fields like the quantity on hand, the quantity on purchase order, and so on. Because we didn't already process the item in sales or purchases, everything is of course still 0. Then I will scroll down and enter some of the important fields on the costs and posting fast tab. Like for example the costing method. So here you can see the available costing methods like first in, first out, last in, first out, specific, average, and standard. Now this is for me a typical first in, first out item, so also here I will leave FIFO enabled. Then there's the unit cost. Now you can enter the unit cost, but you don't have to. So if you already know when creating the item what the vendor will charge, for example, you can enter the unit cost, or you can also do this the first time that you're purchasing the item. Then there are the product posting groups, which are pre-filled like we just saw. Next, let's go to the prices and sales fast tab. There I can enter the unit price. So this is the sales price. So for example, suppose that I'm selling the item at a price of 1,500, I can enter the unit price. Now in one of the other learning paths on selling items and services, you can learn more on how to set up special prices. If you want, you can also set up the sales unit of measure. Suppose for example that you're only selling these items per box, for example. You could then change pieces to box by adding a new unit of measure. But in this case, I will stick to pieces. Then there is replenishment. So in replenishment, first of all, we have to specify how to replenish the item. So is this something we purchase? Is this something that we produce or assemble ourselves? In this case, this is of course a purchase item. Also here, there's another learning path on replenishing items that explains all these fields more in detail. If you purchase the item from a specific vendor, you can enter the vendor number. So for example, suppose that we are purchasing the item from vendor 40,000, I can simply select the vendor number. Now the advantage of doing this is that when you create a requisition worksheet line, the system will automatically enter this vendor number. Next, if we scroll down, you can see the planning fast tab. Now also here you can learn more details on the learning path replenish items. So there you can learn more on, for example, the different reordering policies and how to set the different fields for each reordering policy. Next, there is item tracking. So if you want to track serial numbers or lot numbers for the item, you can enter an item tracking code. And finally, there is also warehouse. If you use warehouse management and the item is stored in a warehouse, you can enter a number of specific warehouse features.